All right, what is up, everybody? It is overcast. It's a little windy. There's been a slight drizzle once in a while, but what a beautiful day the good Lord has given me to come out here and catch some fish in Alabama. And it has been one of those days that you crave in the winter time, and it doesn't happen a whole lot in the winter time, but when it does, oh man, what a day. Go ahead and check it out. Night. It's too dark to fish right now, but I went ahead and threw well, it's not too dark to fish, it's too dark to film right now, but I got out here crazy early, so I went ahead and threw a Carolina rig out, and holy smokes, like I had just threw this out, walked over to the cart and was gonna rig up my other rods. As you can see, I don't have anything else out. I just have sand spikes. Whiting immediately this morning. Oh man, this guy actually hit really hard at first too. I thought we had a tank on. Just your typical size whiting. All right, took me 13 seconds to catch the first fish of the day. That means I won't catch another fish for an hour. But we'll get over here and we'll get the rest of this set up. All right. Oh, he's coming in at me. There we go. I caught up to him. All right. It's a solid fish. This might be a pomp. This might be a pompano here. I finally got 3 rods out. So, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a pompano. Hopefully it'll be a decent sized one. Where are you at? Okay, yeah, you're inside this bar now. You're inside the trough. It's not a huge pomp, but it's a pompano. He's probably not even gonna be a keeper, actually. He's not. He's a little short. Just gonna be a hair short, and that's all right. All right, easy, easy, easy. Still dark out. Not really dark. It's still very, very low light. But we got us our first pomp of the day. We're gonna get this guy back, and we're gonna look for some bigger ones. He would be borderline. I'm not even gonna throw him on there, but he would be borderline keeper, but we're not gonna mess with him. We're gonna get him back, catch bigger ones. Did you stay pinned? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It feels like an all right whiting, I'll tell you that. Not a monster. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. That's a no doubt keeper. Let's measure him. Hopefully he should be pushing that 12-inch mark that I like to keep him at anymore. We'll get him thrown over here on the board and find out real fast. On the board, oh yeah. We can't quite get him to 12, but he's a keeper. We'll hold on to him. Not a huge whiting, but that is a quality size whiting. Once they start hitting that 12-inch mark, it's crazy how much meat you actually get off of these compared to a 10-inch whiting. Just those 2 inches make a substantial difference, and that's essentially why I've basically moved my minimum size up to, you know, closer to that 12-inch mark than 10 that I used to keep them at. But there we go. Let's see if we can find a couple more. This fish is on there. It's kind of weird, but I'm hoping, like all these hits, I'm hoping for big whiting today. For some reason, I would much rather catch some big whiting than I would just average size pompano. That's not a bad pompano though. That's a keeper pomp. That's a keeper. He's slightly bigger than that first one. Man, he just barely hooked too. Not a monster pomp, but that guy's definitely a keeper. He's gonna fall out of my hand. He is every bit of the 12-inch minimum size length here in Alabama. And when they are kind of borderline and I do decide to keep them, I'm always going to throw them over here on the bump board. I just don't want to be that guy that keeps the fish he's not supposed to. He's almost 14 and a half, so there we go. Just went slack. There we go. It's a solid fish. Come on. Come on up over the sandbar. I hate sandbars. It's so easy to lose fish on sandbars. And as you can see, the sandbar in front of me, it's very shallow. It is very shallow. He's on top of it now. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over that sandbar. Come on over. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. There we go. Another pump on the beach. Whew. All right, there we go. That's a solid pump right there. That guy's a chunk. He's not a monster, but he's a solid 1.5 pounds, and that's a respectable pompano for sure. Of course, there are much bigger pompano out here, but I won't complain about catching pompano of this size any day at all, any time of the year even. I mean, this guy might just be over 1.5 pounds, but I mean, that's a great fish no matter what time of year you catch it. All right, now that it's lit up a little bit and you can see a little better, I'll give you a rundown of the gear. As always, I'm using Salty's Pompano rigs. This is the pretty salty rig right here. Some crabs have actually chomped on it and broken a little bit, but we got fish gum, we got fresh dead shrimp. On the end of that, we got a Frisky Fins Sputnik sinker. It's all tied on to the 11-foot Ninja Tackle Dagger. We got the Penn Battle 3 High Speed 4000 with the Gomexus power handle there. And on that is 20-pound True Braid. That is our setup today. I don't think I have a fish on here. I think I've got, okay. I came over here to check for bait. I'm like, man, there's something on there. Does not feel like a fish. It's a stingray. And holy smokes, he swallowed that way down. I'm gonna have to go get my scissors. All right, snip that nice and short. I can always retie. Now, let me grab his tail here for you. That little spike right there is the business end. It's not the tail. This doesn't hurt you back here. It's that nice little sharp, sticky, pokey, ouchy thing. Don't touch that. All right, let me give you a rundown of the structure I am targeting out here today. Here on the left side of the spread, we've got the sandbar that's super, super close. So obviously, I'm not gonna fish this super shallow water up here. I'm throwing this over the bar. And this, the way the sandbar is set up, you can see how it's out there a little farther and it just keeps getting in closer and closer and closer until it comes to this little spot. I refer to this like a pinch point because that sandbar comes in so close and there's such a small path for these fish to come through. A lot of times they don't carry on through. They'll kind of turn around and they'll back up this way. And you can see here on the right side of the spread, the sandbar gets a little bit further out. We get a little bit more open water here. So I always like to fish in an area like this because a lot of times that little pinch point right there will stop fish from cruising on through. So what'll happen, these fish will follow along that sandbar and they're like, nah, I don't want to go through there, and they turn back around, and sometimes you'll get a second chance at them. They'll turn back around and come back through. So maybe if they decide they're not going to eat this bait on that first pass, when they come back out, they're thinking, you know what, I'm not going to swim past that a second time, I'm going to eat it. Now, these two center rods, they're both over the bar. This one I've got out a pretty good ways. I'm launching it, but this one's actually a double drop, and I got it just on the back side of the bar. That way I'm covering different depths. Far left one, bombed it way out. This next one just over the bar. Third one, bombed it out. And then the fourth and final rod down there, the Carolina rig, it's inside this trough in this little pocket before we get to the pinch point. Good hit down here. Good hit down here. Good hit. He's kind of swimming in at me. Doing a lot of swimming in. There he goes. He's getting close to the, I was gonna say he's getting close to that sandbar. He doesn't like it. He's on top of the sandbar now. Get over that sandbar. Okay, we're over it. We're over it. Make sure I don't get up in those other lines. It's not a huge pump, but he's a feisty little feller. He ought to be a keeper though. Oh yeah. But I'll tell you what, this guy may go back today. Not huge. This guy's probably 13 inches. And I'll tell you what, let's just measure him. Let's see how big he is. Plop you on there. No, he's over 14. He's actually a little bit longer than that other pompano I kept. This guy's just not quite as beefy as the other one, but there we go. Alabama pompano limit. Heck yeah. I got to decide real quick if I'm going to keep him, put him back, and hope for a bigger one. I'll tell you what, let's put him back. Let's just do it. I know you're not supposed to ever throw a keeper pompano back if you want to limit, but I'll tell you what, I've got enough fish to eat. We'll send him back. Well, I'm not sure what we got on there. I gotta check this guy. There we go. Did I get caught up to him? We may just have trash on that reel. or that rod. If this is a pump, it's gonna be a small pump. This guy is not big, he's not really fighting. Yep, it is, a little bitty pump. Man, it's just something about that bright yellow on these little pumps I absolutely love. It's beautiful. Get you back. All right. Get up here, get up here. There we go. We're on. Hi. This guy a little bit bigger than I thought he was, or is he just not digging that sandbar? I don't think he's that big. I mean, he's not a big fish no matter what. But he's just fighting a little bit bigger than I expected him to be. That's gonna be another keeper. Oh, what do I do? Oh, do I keep him or do I send him back? He's just under 14. We're gonna send him back. We'll see if we can get one more. Next time I catch a keeper, I'm holding on to him. All right, this is a good time for a shameless plug. If you are interested in a guided surf fishing trip with me, give me a holler at g2coastal.com. You can shoot me an email at g2coastal@gmail.com. You can look me up on Facebook under G2Coastal and you can message me there. Now, obviously, I can't promise you a pompano like this in the wintertime, but as you can see, it absolutely happens. So if you are interested, give me a holler. One of my greatest fears is flying through here right now. These pelicans fly these sandbars and they'll get in your line. I thought, well, oh gosh, dang it. Did I get one? Or is that a fish? Oh, that's a fish. Okay. Oh my goodness. I thought I had one fly in there. Oh man, that's a good fish too. This is a good one. Man, that was wild though. Literally, as I'm talking about how those pelicans are one of my biggest fears, because they fly that sandbar and I've had them fly into my lines. But one of my biggest fears is they're going to get into all of my lines, where I'm going to have like 3 or 4 pelicans all tangled up. I won't know what to do if that happens. Come over the sandbar. It's a solid fish here. It's a good pomp, if it's a pomp. I haven't seen it yet. Come on. Come on, baby. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're in close. You're in real close here. All right. I'm not sending a third keeper back. Possibly a fourth keeper. That first one, I think, would have just broke 12 total length. But I can't send back another keeper. Man, that is a tall pompano. Look how pointy his nose is. All right. I've put too many keepers back. I can't do it again. Like, this is insane. Let me clean you off, make you a little prettier for the camera. But there we go, man. This is possibly the second Alabama limit I've caught today. So I know for a fact I've thrown 2 keepers back, and I think that first one might have just broke 12, but I can't send another one back. But there we go. What a morning. What a great morning that God blessed me with. I mean, I can't ask for anything more than this. This is amazing. There we go. Alabama pompano limit going in the cooler. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It means more to me than you will ever realize. And I know I don't have the best content out here, but every time you guys watch a video, it makes my day. Even if it's just 100 views or 1,000, y'all are the best. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. So until next time, I'll see you later.